it's a nice green campus. Actually, this is situated in Hyderabad only. It's not anywhere else. It's 15 kilometers from the main building. It's called the Kismatpur campus, and this is something which we built in 1998. And later on, we realized that this was so much of environmental friendly building. Actually, it's all over. It's open from all the area, all the surroundings 360-degree, and well ventilated. You don't require air conditions. You don't require lights here till it's get dark in the evening. And it's lush green campus and very nice to be here. And you can off anyone. We keep telling the faculty that you can come and work one day here. Actually. So I just give you a brief history about the climate agreement which happened in Paris last couple of years back, and it was a landmark multilateral international treaty on climate change. And the world realized that climate change is causing a big havoc, and don't do it now, then you will lose the battle, just like what's happening with COVID now. And almost like 197 countries participated, but unfortunately, the countries which has the highest carbon emission, like United States, was not there in part of it. If you look at the recent SDGs, multiple SDGs are impacted. This is a slide which shows iCare impact on the SDGs. So we talk about iCare, but how does iCare impact different SDGs? And climate change is one of them. There is not a direct kind of evidence. Very few evidence is there for climate change. And when we looked at recently, when we were working on the Lancet Commission, we looked at what are the literature available for intervention in iCare impacting climate change. Very few came out. Of course, Arvind, one article was there which shows that the kind of waste they generate is much less than what was generated by UK NHS in terms of cataract surgery, which Dr. Venkatesh very nicely alluded in his video. But there are a couple of more articles in climate change, but there is not much of a direct evidence showing that this. There is an article in Trachoma which shows that Claire and their group has looked at that article, and then they looked at where is Trachoma in terms of geogeographically locations and all. They could find wherever there is low rainfall and high altitudes, there they could find nice pockets of trachoma, but again, this causal and effect relationship was not very well came out of that article. So still, we are very novice to this field, and there is a lot of evidence to be generated in terms of iCare and impacts on iCare on climate change. And I think this is a time we should work on it. Collectively look at what all things we can do to impact climate change as well as reduce the carbon footprints. Almost like the impact of carbon footprints or wastage generated is causing a lot of mortality, premature mortality, and also morbidity, and also impacting health in multiple ways actually. And the Lancet Lancet came with two commissions actually. 2019 I saw one commission, and recently on post-COVID they came with another commission on climate change, which is like they call it's the biggest threat for 21st century. And now even funding agencies keep asking like, how do you what all things you're doing for climate change? Even Wellcome Trust recently got a grant, and there was a big section on how we are going to reduce the carbon footprints in this using this grant. And even the USAID we got was like the same thing. So the world is like, when you go for agencies, you go for grants, people ask, like there is a section on which they will ask you about like what are you going to do about climate change, or how the what kind of buildings you are going to make environmental friendly, how you're going to make it. In terms of healthcare causing the carbon footprint, almost 5% of the global emissions comes from healthcare, and we need to understand the carbon footprint pathway. How do we, Venkatesh has very nicely alluded in his video that what they do, which is very nice actually, like what they have, actually they have pulled everything what they have done in terms of reducing carbon footprints, and which has come out very nicely. And this is something what we do in terms of we can do, and unknowingly, knowingly, many of us do also, but we never measure it. Like equipment life cycle, consumables, these are one of the major area of carbon footprint. And the buildings, the patient journey, patient travel, we try to reduce patient travel, but we have never measured how much footprint, that carbon footprint have been reduced by patient travel. Medical record, all of them moved to, most of us have moved to electronic medical record. Again, we have not looked at how it has impacted our carbon footprint. The waste disposal we do, the electricity and fuel we use, the solars we use, the reduction in plastic, what we do in our campuses. So all this is contributing to the climate change, reducing carbon footprints, but we have never measured. So we also know that increasing carbon footprint and air pollution causes a lot of other diseases like AMD, trachoma, allergies. Glaucoma also has been known in terms of particulate matter 2.5. There is increased risk of glaucoma, allergic diseases, trachoma, all these conditions, cataract because of increased UV radiation. So all these are known like multiple ways it impacts eye health also. And I will just go into some of this area. These are some of the measures where you can reduce the carbon footprint. And what we do is like basically we have electronic medical record, teleophthalmologies. We have different surgical alternative options, like you can go for SIC as a major surgery, less of phaco machines. The more amount of equipment you reduce, the better it is for you. You're reducing the carbon footprint. Surgical waste disposal, again, Venkatesh has very nicely alluded how we do it. Patient travel and reduce their repeated visit, and devise innovative method of screening patients in their home also. So just giving you an example, this is the example of like what we have. Our all campuses are very natural lighting and ventilation. We use solar energy across the campuses, and all the campuses are very green and very well ventilated. And we also do rainbow. This is across the network, across all campuses, but we have never measured the amount of carbon footprint we have reduced in this. Just giving example, we recently just, when Madhukar gave this talk, we looked at like how much we, just to get an idea of what is the amount of carbon footprint we have reduced. So we just looked at some of the, we saw last year 300,000 outpatients. So we just thought that how much carbon footprint we have reduced. So if 300,000 outpatients don't have to travel long, suppose these people have to travel almost average of 25 kilometers to reach an eye care facility. There is a formula for that, that the amount of carbon footprint you generate by one travel for 25 kilometers. And we came out with a answer that 60 tons of carbon equivalent carbon footprint we have reduced or saved. In terms of EMR, similarly for 300,000 outpatient, it came to 40.1 tons of carbon footprint. And in terms of teleophthalmology, it came to 7.48. This is very, very crude analysis. And this is we have started to look into it and try to measure it as much as possible. In terms of solar panels, there are readings which come from the solar readings. When you get a solar reading, you can put it in a formula and in a sheet, and they will give you what's the carbon footprint saved. This is what we looked at some of our solar panel in a couple of months, what we have used. And in terms of at the secondary center, wherever we have solar panels, we have reduced almost 803.28 tons of carbon footprint. And in terms of EMR, in 1 year, we reduced 159.597 tons of carbon footprint. Again, I will say that it's a very, very crude analysis, and we need to work on more to look at all the aspects of reducing carbon footprint, which is like the kind of building we have, the kind of lighting we don't use, the equipments, the waste disposal, and of course our all campuses are vegetarian campus, so there is no, so it was from day one, it's all vegetarian, so there is no question about like having a non-veg food there. So that is also one way of reducing carbon footprint, reducing plastic. So how does this all contribute? I think this is a good exercise, and this is a good brain stimulation for us to look at all this aspect and see what we can come out with a publication on this, like what's the amount of carbon footprint we can reduce from one secondary care eye hospital if you do all these measures, whatever we have done. There are some of the example of solar panel, and this is the campus I was tickling about. The surrounding is all green, open, well ventilated, so you don't require any light. What we saw, the first slide was the external picture, and this is the internal picture, natural lighting. And this is all I told about. We have open air meetings. We have digital material for all courses. We have no daylight and no plastics. And we restricted use of paper also. Last year, we stopped all paper and even printout for patients. We're giving soft copies to them. Staff starting using pool transport, and we try to encourage them. And we also started disposing our waste for generating it for organic decomposed leaf manure. So moving ahead, we are going to look at the life cycle of studies for carbon footprint in our institutes in different campuses. What is the surgical impact analysis of carbon footprint? What we have right now, how can we reduce it? And we will try to make all our buildings environmental compliance, which is the integral part. And our new buildings are all going to be environmental compliant. And we'll also measure it, because what we have done is knowingly, unknowingly we have done it, but we have never measured this amount of carbon footprint. That's all I have to say. If there's any questions, I would be happy to take. So this is the internal view of the campus where we have in Kismatpur, which is 15 kilometers from the main campus. And you can see the amount of natural light it has all over.